Hello everybody, Thorgal here, and welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival. The game had a major update recently, I think 2 days ago, and I waited 2 days before I start recording on purpose because, you know, a lot of times right after there's bug fixes and so on and so on. But it looks to be, well, stable enough for me to start recording now. So I'm on Alpha 601 build 1082. And we're going to get started on Akua. If you don't know much about this game, it is awesome. That's the first thing you need to know. We've been playing it, I think, for well over a year. And I had many episodes about this game before. Then I had a break, and now it just really rekindled. We've been waiting for many weeks now for this update. But I really rekindled my passion for this game, and I want to get going with it. And again, because there's so many really cool... Oh, we're gonna come down right here on these rocks right there. There's just so many changes and improvements that were made to the game. Oh, whoa. Why am I in the dark? Sunrise 2 minutes. That's not what I really want to do. But anyway, so it's a sandbox game, a voxel sandbox game. It's with a heavy emphasis on also survival. There's lots of baddies, aliens, raptors, spiders, everything in this game. And there's also lots of crafting, resource gathering, and building. The building aspect is a lot of fun of this. And of course, you can also make spaceships, hover vessels, capital vessels. And there's many planets and so on. And they're still working on also making a procedural generated galaxy, which is still in the works. We're gonna have to be patient for that. Anyway, first thing you do is open your escape pod. Now, there's a big difference, guys. When you start in single player, I think you have this plus, I think, these pills here. You have a little more than this, but you don't have a pistol or a drill or anything in single player, if you play single player. The reason being is that there is a quest now. You can also, the game added scenarios where people can make maps. And that you can play the scenario. I guess, like, if you compare it to Minecraft, like, you know, when people put maps together, you have to break out of the prison or whatever. Those kind of things. That is also. This latest patch added temperature, has an influence now. There's radiation. There is a way to air seal your spaceships, as well as like your space stations and so on. So we have, you know, self-contained oxygen environments. So that is really cool. And I'm just getting my stuff on the bar here, kind of the way I want it. This guy will need later. This needs to be out of the way, and these 3 seats we'll put here. Okay, so this is what you start with. Always make sure that first thing you do is equip your pistol and press R to reload. Okay, because it also got a little bit more difficult. The drones definitely feel like they're harder, and the only thing that I changed on the server here today was that I set the drone waves to infinite. So, because there is now new base attack drones that come from the local drone base after people's bases, right? And after, I don't know, I'm guessing the number, like let's say 10 waves. Okay, I'm not talking continuously. There's like one coming a day. Okay, it says you get the warning, hey, people are coming after your base. Let me turn on my headlight with L so we can see, and the sunrise is about to happen anyway. And we just set this to infinite, and that's it. I'm not going to use any blueprints in this season, guys. I'm pretty sure I won't. I want to build everything from scratch. And this is fiber, plant fiber. I want to make sure I take that. I'm trying not to take everything, guys. Like the pixie stalk here, when I take this, it doesn't... Ooh, this has a perish time, so I'm going to take that. I'm looking for only things that have a perish time, because we recently played the release candidate 5 or something like that. Me and friends together here and some patrons and so on. And we learned that you need a lot of spoiled food quite early on to make crop plots. So I want to take a bunch of the stuff that can spoil and let it spoil, okay? And then hopefully we'll have enough when we'll need it. But plant fiber is also really important, and so I don't want to pick everything because there's so many new items that have been added to Akua, new flora and fauna and so on. But now, why did I want to come down in these rocks here? That is my favorite change they added in this game. I am absolutely in love with this change, and that has to do with the drill. Okay, when you right-click the drill, there's two modes: resource mining. So when I use this and mine here, you guys see I mine the ground. I can dig down into the ground like we used to. But there's stone removal now. And all these boulders here are full of resources. And check it out. Bam. Oh, what do we get here? 9 iron ore. Okay. And you can get anything. You can get iron, cobalt, copper, silicon, and magnesium from these. A little bit silly sometimes. You saw this one kind of exploded away. And I learned to go max distance to these here. See this right there? So I barely touch it. Then they fall down in front of me. If you're really close to like this, let me show you, they will most likely just explode away. Some of them have a chance of not dropping anything, by the way. That's possible. So don't get confused. Some of them don't drop anything, but most of them do. Alright. Why I like this change so much is that, you know, in the beginning, you have things to build, just your basics. And because it got harder, the drones are so much harder now, guys. They really are. You know, you don't have time to really go out. And you see, for example, in front of me on the screen here, you see there's a magnesium ore, 370 meters. There's then 460 meters, that was cobalt. There's some promethium. You don't really have time in the beginning to go to all these places and do, you know, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, you know, a big mining expedition like we used to have to. But this way, you can gather a bunch of the main resources you need to get the basic stuff. And be kind of safe. And I found one little trick here. At night, if you don't have anything to craft or whatever, make yourself on top of these mountains and just run around the mountains. There's, you know, there isn't that many mobs up there, baddies. All the baddies are down in around the lakes and so on. Oh, you gotta explode away, of course. And you can just mine these rocks all night long. So I'm like I said, I'm gonna talk about this a lot probably, but I love this change. Being able to mine these down. Check it out. I mean, we got 48 iron, silicon, cobalt, magnesium, and copper. No promethium, okay, but we can get promethium in the lakes, which we're gonna make our way to in just a second. I just wanna, okay, I didn't get anything from this one. I just wanna clear out this field here from all these rocks, because that's gonna help us, you know, build our motorbike and then possibly our first base block and so on. And my goal is to get to the lake after I get this field, go diving and look for some seaweed and possibly some promethium as well. There is some blue crystals down. You guys remember those used to be the... I'm sorry, I forgot what they're called. There's these blue crystals in the lakes, or used to be, that you can use to jump. A lot of them are... The main place for them is actually on the moons, right? But they used to be in the lakes here as well. But now I think they've been replaced. I don't think they're there anymore. Or very few. There's small promethium crystals that you can also use the drill in the stone removal mod on, and you get a little bit of free promethium. So that is also nice. I didn't get anything from that one. I didn't see anything drop. Anyways, let me go ahead and pick up a bunch more of these boulders here. Oh, bad luck right now. And more of the aloe vera and this stuff here. And I'm also gonna reload this here, and I'm gonna get me a little bit of wood. Right there. You don't need to worry about picking anything up from the trees, by the way. It just, you'll see here in a second, whoops, it just goes straight in your inventory. So that is a nice change as well. I'm pretty sure it used to fall on the ground. I never really gotten a lot of wood in the past, but I do want to build more with it, the floors and stuff inside of bases, because the textures look really cool. Anyways, enough rambling. I'm gonna get all these boulders over here, and then I'll meet you guys down at the lake. Alright, all the boulder breaking is done, but I came all the way to the jungle edge here. because I wanted to get a little bit of this honey here. The honey is really good early game. It's always good, actually, because besides giving you good nutrition, it also heals open wounds, and it gives you 20 health. So in the beginning, when you take a little bit of damage from fighting or anything like that, the honey is really good to get, you know, a little bit of life back instead of having to use your small med packs. So I just wanted to get a few of these. And there's a lot here. There's 4 already. It's actually really nice. Some of them could disappear. I've noticed that. Some of them just completely disappeared. This one is gone. I don't know if it's going to regenerate again or not, but I don't think that's working as intended. I don't recall them ever saying that they have a chance of disappearing now. Okay, let's go down to the water. Yeah, we're gonna go into this one. I don't want to run backwards towards the night. Actually, I should be going west. Let's check real quick on the map. No points of interest. So if I go east, I'm gonna run into the sunset. If I go west, I'm gonna have it, but then I have the mountains there. We'll be fine. We're gonna have a motorbike here very soon. Let's just run over here. Where is it? Aha, it's up this way. Good. And this is sugarcane. That doesn't spoil, and I have no use for that. But plant fiber I'm gonna keep picking. Probably gonna have to stop picking up aloe vera here, because that's just filling my inventory. These are good aliens, by the way. They don't attack you until you attack them. So, and they will kick your butt. So don't mess with them in the beginning. Later on, once you have a little better weapons or more ammunition, I should say, it's no problem. And how much stuff do I have? This is plenty of stuff to get me going. I don't want to spend any more time on gathering. I really want to get that mini bike going, because then we can keep driving west and explore the planet a little bit. But I also really need to get myself some seaweed. The seaweed, you need 5 seaweed to make 1 biofuel, which is the fuel for the drill, and also the chainsaw. And you can also make... Aha, this also disappeared. You guys saw that, right? Ah, and it's also good to make seaweed wraps. It's, you know, good food source. It does perish, so don't make too many of them, because in the original form, in the seaweed itself, the way you harvest it, it does not have a perish timer. But once you turn it into seaweed wraps, it does. Eating, by the way, in this game, you can simply shift right-click in your inventory to eat something. And I am gonna mostly eat corn dogs right now. You have a chance of getting food poisoning when you eat corn dogs. The same if you start on Omicron, for example, if you eat the oranges there. I've never gotten any kind of bad things from honey. I mean, it's honey. Honey, I think, even has like antibacterial things in real life. I think honey is a very good thing to eat, besides being delicious. Alright, so let's see here. I've heard people talk about they have problems finding seaweed on Akua, so hopefully we don't have that problem. I don't have anything in my hand right now, so I can swim on the surface. But if you still want to go down, you can do so. Oh, another thing I wanted to point out. Do you guys see how I've been wearing my helmet the whole time? And it has only used 5 oxygen because I just went underwater. When you're on an oxygen-rich planet, you don't use oxygen even with your helmet on. So I like that change a lot. And as soon as I put something in my hand, I sink, okay? So I kind of like to not have anything in my hand, because that way I just stay at this height. And I know seaweed is only in the deeper parts. Hopefully we can find something. I don't see anything. There's another thing that we had in the past, that when we... You know, I just created this playfield. It's brand new. And in the past we noticed that when you go to a playfield for the very first time, some things did not render. Like I've seen, I'm Omicron, I landed on top of orange trees. And Glitch asked me, he's like, dude, what are you doing? And I'm like, what? He's like, why are you landing on the trees? I'm like, there's nothing here. And then when I relogged, I saw that there was a bunch of trees, right? Right, over here, this looks more promising. There's at least something. Maybe we can find one of these. Does the light work underwater? Barely. I think there's seaweed over here. Yes. Nice. At least some. So, oh yeah, there we go. There's lots of it. These tall ones here give you one, and then these bushy ones are delicious. They give you two. So that's all. Look at the amount of seaweed here. We are set. That's all the biofuel we need, and also we can use some to eat it. And I was kind of hoping to be able to show you guys one of the new Promethium crystals that are down here. Now, in the pre-release that we played, we did play a little bit, they were large, like clustered crystals that were dark red, kind of muddy. And you were able to harvest those from Promethium, but I also saw that they are now small and blue. So I'm not sure which one is actually in the game, or maybe they're both. You know, they have a variety. I have no idea. Oh, I got lucky here. This is a nice place. Look at all this seaweed. Delicious. You guys are probably thinking I'm crazy, but if you've played Empyrion before, you know that in early game, this is usually what you struggle with the most, is seaweed. Now I can dig everything, and I don't need to worry about it. How much do I have already? 46 already. Wow. That is awesome. Okay, guys. Not very exciting seeing me... Is that a crystal? There's a crystal. Aha! I got good eyes. Check that out. Alright, still on stone removal. And when you... I don't want to hit the alien thorn. There we go. And you do the same thing. Check it out. You get a little bit of Promethium. 3 of them. So that's 30 pellets. That is 6 fuel. I think that's how it works, doesn't it? No, is... Does one make 10 pellets? I can't tell you. I need to check in the constructor when we set it up. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna get as much of the seaweed as I can right now, and then I'll go back on the shore and we'll build our motorbike. Ooh, level 5 already. I just wanted to show you guys this one right here. That's the Pentaxid. That is the jump fuel. I'm not gonna pick it because I don't want to have any stuff. But I just wanted to show you that they still exist in the lakes on Akua. So in case you ever need some because you're stranded down here, whatever. I guess it doesn't matter if you can't get into outer space. Then you can't get there anyway. But if I ever need Pentaxid, I'm just gonna go to the moon because that's where the most is. I think this is good enough. Oh, there's more right there. You know what? Let's get out of here. Let's get out of this lake. Because I have more than I need for long. How much seaweed do I have? 109. That is amazing. So the people that were saying on the forums that they can't find any seaweed on Akua, they must have been really unlucky. Or maybe I got super lucky. Who knows? Alright. We got 5 minutes of daytime. So that is perfect. And we got everything we need to get going. So let's put down our survivalist constructor. Go in here and turn it on. First thing you always do, because otherwise you're gonna start queuing and you get anything. So let's see here. Yeah, one of these makes you 10 pellets. Yeah, and 10 pellets makes you 2 fuel. So what I'm gonna do here is gonna shift. Oh, I gotta put it in here first. I'm gonna shift click this to queue up 10. If you just click once, you queue up 1. And when you click control, you queue 100 now, which is also a nice change. And then I'm going to queue up 10 of these just so I have more fuel here when we find something we need it. And I am also going to put all of this stuff in here real quick. All this can stay up here. I'm going to put the seaweed in here as well. All right, let's put the spoily stuff down here. This is the stuff I'm not going to touch. What does this actually do? Poisonous bite. Okay. And this here, and these are all materials that don't spoil or whatever. Okay, and then I'm gonna go here, and also, I'm just gonna click control. So I do 100, 100, 100, 100. And even the magnesium powder, 100. I don't have enough to make 100, right? This is enough for 25. You need 5 per. So that's enough for 25, so... But once it made those 25 and it can't make anymore, it automatically clears the queue and then goes to the next item. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to make these parts here. You know, the metal components, the motor, and so on, to make one of these motorbike construction kits. While I was waiting for all this stuff here to craft up, we got quite a bunch of stuff. I noticed I went out and collected more of this stuff here. Also some of this Varin root. Because, check it out, it takes 50 food off, but gives you 250 health. That is really impressive. Honey only gives you 20 health, and Pixie even gives you 60 health, but no food, nothing. So that is, it's very, I had no idea, but this is powerful. 250 health for 50 food. I mean, you eat one of those and one of those, and you get 270 health and 30 food. Sorry, you lose 30 food. Yes. Anyways, okay. So let's go ahead and take this stuff out. The power we won't need here, but I like having a few of those. And I'm gonna keep this with me again. And these right here, guys, I am going to trash. Don't worry. It's not a big deal, but that way it does not take up any slots in my inventory, because I'm not gonna harvest anything else for a while, and I don't want to just have, you know, 2 ores. That's nothing. Okay, and I thought that in case you have never played this game, there's a couple things that we need to build now. The survivalist constructor only has, there's 1, 2, 3, right? Yeah. Well, there's 4. There's 4 different constructors. There's the survivalist. Then there is a large constructor, which is the most used. But you can only put that in a base or in a capital vessel. And it's also a smart constructor. So, for example, if you look at the motorbike right here, where is it? Right there, right? It said it needs 1 motorbike construction kit, but it's red. On a large constructor, as long as I have the materials to make all the subcomponents, it would be yellow, and then would just craft those subcomponents, which is this motorbike construction kit, which for that we need a motor, pipes, cables, electronics, and steel plates, right? So we're gonna go ahead and just, I just one time, in case you have never crafted in this game, I kind of want to just show you guys how to do this. Now the cables need copper. We need, it makes you output count 2. I only need 3 of them. So I'm just gonna craft this twice. The electronics need a copper and a silicon. So let's go ahead and make that. What else do we need for the motor? 2 metal components, which is this one, which makes you 2. Okay, and you guys see this little lag here. All of a sudden it's done. There seems to be some kind of a problem in the game, and I noticed this in the last couple of releases, where this just doesn't show you. It's in the background still doing it, but it doesn't show you. What are we short on now? Okay, so we can make the motor, and then we need 1 more cable, and then we also need a pipe. Okay. And then this should turn white here. There we go. And we can craft this. And the other things I'm not going to craft yet, just to make sure I have the most possible inventory space. And where is it? Right there. All right, let's craft this. This is a really cool thing, the motorbike, that we're going to use a lot in the beginning until we make our first HV. And then even after that, it's really good. And it's perfect timing because it's turning night. So we can go west. And all this stuff I'm going to take with me. And then usually it's Shift plus F, guys. But I rebound my sprint key to mouse button 3. So it tells you here, mouse button 3 plus F. And you pick that thing up again. Okay? So we're doing good. We have everything. And this is west. So let's put down the motorbike. Okay, is there really 2 of them? Okay, this is just a display error, I guess. There's only 1. All right. By default, it's always with the lights on. When you left click the left alt key, when you click it once, you unlock your camera. I like that for driving. And we're gonna go west. I'm not really gonna worry about any of the ores. I might stop at this Promethium and just get me a little bit, because otherwise we can only get it out of lakes. And we're gonna do a little bit of exploring now, because I want to see if we can find a neutral point of interest, a POI. You guys are gonna hear POI very often in this game. There's a lot of hostile ones, and of course, also neutral ones. Guys, I don't think you can take any damage on a motorbike. You can jump off the highest mountains, you can flip it over, you can crash into things, you cannot take any damage, okay? Beautiful. I love this planet now. It's so much better than it used to be. It used to be so... It didn't feel like, you know, this is supposed to be kind of a tropical planet, you know? It does have really a feel like that now. I like it a lot. And like I said, I'm gonna go to this Promethium deposit here real quick. And we're gonna get ourselves a little bit. If we're lucky, it might even be under directly under the surface. I've seen them be really low underneath the ground. I don't think we'll have luck on this one. So I shouldn't have... Whoop. Oh, wow. Where'd you go? Okay, it's 23 meters underneath me. Alright, we're gonna have to dig down a little bit. And I don't like to dig straight down, guys, because then I have a problem getting out with the jetpack. So I like to right-click. You need to set it to resource mining. And then we're just gonna kind of angle our way down, okay? It takes a little bit to get used to the mining or the drilling here. And a cool thing is that we're also gonna get a bunch of this stuff here. The crushed stone, which we're gonna, you know, need to make concrete blocks and so on. My first base, I always like to build out of concrete / wood, both of them. Because, you know, all the steel and stuff, you're gonna need to make machines, tools, weapons, and especially vehicles, you know, HVs and SVs. Okay, cool, we're already here. The waypoint, or the markings, is always the center of the ore, by the way, I believe. So, 10 meters down, and then another 10 meters, and then this Promethium deposit is empty. It's out. And like I said, I don't want to dig up too much of this, just a little bit, so once we have a base, we have decent power already, because, well, that's the most important thing about a base. Because your guns don't work, your refrigerator stopped working, your constructor, everything. It sucks when you run out of base. And I can't wait to get a tier 2 drill. Like everybody else that starts playing this game, whenever they do, tier 2 drill is a laser. So I can stand back here and just shoot it, right? And it also automatically picks up the ore. You don't need to pick it up. But it's not too bad in the beginning. You do get decent amount of stuff quite quickly. So I'm gonna dig here little bit. Let's see how many we have so far. 16. I'm gonna probably dig here just to get to about 100. And then we'll go ahead and continue exploring. Because then it's also almost nighttime here again. I got 1:30. You guys saw that, right? It was dark and we went west and actually caught up with the daytime again. So whenever you explore, always go west in the beginning because, well, night is dangerous. Spiders, the tick aliens, and raptors, and so on. Anyways, see you in a second. I got 124 Promethium. It was quite quick. And you guys see I'm already... Look how much time, or how quickly you make up time when you drive around. Still nothing. I'm probably not going to be too much here, so I should probably stick further that way, like northwest, kinda. Whoop. Into that big plains area. On Akua, it doesn't really matter if you live near water, by the way. If you start on Omicron, it's definitely recommended, because Omicron, you need to, you know, have your oxygen production, because there's no oxygen up there. So it's good to be near water, but on Akua here, well, number one, the exploring here, I'm looking for a place to call home. Man, look at this. All these would be so much ore there, but I don't have any room to pick any more ore. Because if we find a POI, there's probably going to be goodies and so on, but... whoa. What was that? My camera just got jerked around somehow. I can't believe I have not discovered anything. Okay, let's go north. Really north. There we go. Well, that's definitely not what I want to get to. Stay away from that. That's gonna kick your butt. They have lots of guns. And there's different tiers of them. On the later planets, they're getting harder and harder. And on Akua, there is also at least a village, and there's also 2 dungeons. Whoa! What is shooting at me? Are you kidding me? No, 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 no! Wow! Did I get this close so quickly? Yeah, you guys see that? One hit took down 170 of my health. So that was the fortress guns. Oh, they're really hard to take over, especially in the beginning. Later on, it's okay. You can, you can build yourself a tank, or there's other weapons and explosives that you can use. But in the beginning, stay away from them. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and we're gonna test this right now. So let's eat one of these. And I got food poisoning instantly. You gotta be kidding me. Poisonous bite, poisonous bite. Okay, get off the bike. Get off the bike. Give me my constructor. Put it down. Get in there. Turn it on. Put the seaweed. And let's go ahead and make ourselves a couple of seaweed wraps. Because this one here, when I eat it, cures food poison. Okay, and let's eat again. Come on, give it to me. Okay, and now when I eat one of these, I want to see here. We're at 337. Went down. Oh, but it healed me. Check this out. That is awesome. Ah, that is awesome. Okay, so I got 2 of these with me. Let me put them here. Just in case I get hurt again, and we'll eat 2 of these honeys. And good. We're almost full on both. Perfect. It's on Akua, the food is really not a big problem. Actually, on Omicron, it isn't either. Because Omicron has a lot of meat. You're gonna live on salami if you choose to start on Omicron. Aha! TS Admin Akua. This is an admin building. You cannot break it, you cannot take it over. And I think all 4 starter planets have one of them. Omicron, Ningis, Akua, and what's the 4th one? I don't know. I don't think we can see them on the sector map, right? Skillen, maybe? No. Now, it doesn't show you. That's another change, by the way. I didn't mention yet. You don't see all the playfields anymore. So if I fly here, I jump to Omicron, and then I'm gonna see the connecting ones, whatever they are. If I go to Skillen, I'm gonna see the connecting ones, which I think is a fantastic change. I like that a lot. Instead of just jumping to something from the beginning, you know, right away, let's go to the alien planet. And jumping also became a lot more expensive, guys. You can't just jump all the way. Like, you know how you have the jump fuel tanks? Well, you can only have one on your capital vessel. Guess you're wondering what the screen wall is? That's how the way the map gets generated. It actually is... Right now, I'm at the 2 edges of the map. The map gets generated in a rectangle, okay? It's not actually generating a sphere map. It's actually a flat map that they wrap around a sphere to make the planet. That's why the poles are cut off. You can't get to them and so on. And I think they're working on redoing how they generate, so eventually we can fly around the entire planets. And also, it's really important to know that when you're on this side of the wall, you do not see what's directly on the other one. Okay, right here was the wall. So you guys saw, as soon as I came through here, oh, perfect, small outpost. It showed me what's on this side, so it's dangerous. If there's like a baddie base right here, you come through, you're gonna get shot at instantly. But if you stand right there on the other side, the base can't see you because you're actually on the other side of the map. I hope that makes sense. It's not really important, but... Okay, we're gonna go to the small outpost. The trading outpost is cool. We're gonna check it out one day. There is now... It shows up as red, the small outpost, but it's not. It doesn't have guns. But there is definitely a drone there. A minigun drone. Okay. We're gonna have to do some fighting, guys. Hopefully I can take it. I'm gonna get my health pack on the bar right there for now. Just in case I need it. Because like I told you earlier, the drones are no joke now. They are so much tougher. The minigun drone is still the easiest, of course, but like if you match up like right now with my light armor and my pistol, a cannon drone will kill me. It does 70 damage a hit, and they don't miss anymore. They really made these guys very tough. But I hope the minigun drone that I can take it out before it kills me. Famous last words? Come here, buddy. Kinda cheesing it here. Oh, like a boss. And that's the small outpost right there. It's just, oh, and there's the training world right over there. Very cool. I don't want to take over a NPC or a neutral generated. 41 bullets, that's good. And can I take the rest of it? Yeah, sure. We'll take it all. Whenever you shoot down drones, guys, be quick to looting them because they despawn like in 2 minutes. They despawn really quick. But this is really nice here, like for the first day until like the next episode, I'm gonna stay right here. Because they have refrigerators in here, there's a ton of loot to get. And I can just, you know, from here, go out at night. Are there any boulders nearby? Yeah, there's some boulders over there. And just, you know, get a cushion and then make a bunch of the machines and so on that we need. And then I can go find a location with you that we want to call home. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use this right here. I hope that when other people come, they know where I'm at and they don't loot their stuff. But I'm gonna leave... You know what? Let's just look at everything together real quick. Where did I put all these other components? I thought that I looted more than that. It's kind of nice getting these multi-charges glass paints. You know what? I'm not going to pick up anything. I'm just going to look through it and then figure out an organization and storage later. Don't tell me I can use the constructor. Wrong faction. Okay, so I can't use that. Oh, there's a gold ingot, some raw plastic material. And also, guys, there is now a ton of decorative items. Neodymium, nice. That you can store stuff in. I'm gonna show you. We're gonna loot this whole place here together. Like I said, I don't want to fill my inventory with all this right now. I'm gonna do that between episodes. I'm gonna probably use this right over here to separate all the things and then figure out what... We might build our first HV over here. And no, I need a large constructor to do that. Never mind. Right there is one. You see that right there? That's a nightstand. Night vision goggles. Nice. I'll show you this here real quick. When you have your shoulder light on, L once is light. Press it again, it switches to night vision. Press it again, turn it all off. Okay, but I'm gonna leave them here for now so I don't have to carry it. And there's a fridge. Look at that, delicious. So I'm gonna make this actually my fridge right here. I want all this to spoil, so I'm going to keep it on me, but I'm going to keep the honey in here. And these 2 seaweed wraps right now. Nothing else I care about. Okay. Food processor we cannot use. Wrong faction. And there's a bathroom here, right? Again, you can access this. Check it out. 2 more health kits, more pills. So it's nice looting, and I don't know if I mentioned that yet. So I'm just going to say it again. Sorry if I mentioned it already. But points of interest, like this one here, they regenerate every 2 days on our server here. We set it to 2 days, I think. I don't know what the default actually is. So that means everything I loot here, I'm going to leave it in here for now. So if this fridge is empty, it will then after 2 days... You know, get loot back again. Oh, wow. I'm making out like a bandit here with the health packs, which we'll need with all the drones that we're gonna encounter. Oh, is there some ammo here? Wow. Okay. Man, there's so many goodies here. Look at the amount of containers. I've not really had a chance to loot one of these properly before. There's, you know, usually always other players here. I don't know why nobody else is logged on yet. Maybe they know I'm recording and they're like, we're not gonna log on until he's done. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you all here. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. But let's check out a little bit more of the interior. So maybe you guys saw a couple of new blocks already. I really love these. Wouldn't she love to be here? Sit here and chill. Oh, I'd love it. Wrong faction. Okay. What do we got here? Oh, yes. There we go. Multi-boost. Which is really good. I don't know if there is a... This is an EVA boost, which makes it so it protects you from the cold, and an environmental boost, which you need when you go into outer space or something. And this multi-boost here, you guys see, it gives me a little bit more jump, a little bit more oxygen, a little bit more power, a little bit of radiation, speed, and stamina. So everything a little bit, right? So I'm going to take this one with me real quick and see if we can maybe... I don't care about this one right now. Maybe we'll find a armor stand in here. Wrong faction. Because you need an armor stand in order to apply armor. There's also a repair. A repair. I don't know what it's called. A repair station. This right here is for vehicles, the repair bay. But the other one is for armor and weapons. Because you guys see my drill, saw, and pistol and so on. They're all taking durability damage now. That's also a thing that they changed. That's cool. So you start taking durability damage and so on your weapons and tools. We were in there, and I think we were in here, but I don't think I've been in this one yet. Is there any symbols? Usually the one that has the med. Oh, I think we've been in here. I think we've been in this one as well. Oh, I guess this tower here we haven't been in. Let's check it out. And then we're probably gonna get to the end of the episode anyways. So I'm gonna be recording a lot here the first few days. I don't really want to do a lot of, you know, preparing between episodes. I'm gonna do things between episodes. There's the core. If we would shoot this out and place our own core, this would become our base. But I don't really want to do that. I mean, it's kind of OP if you do, doesn't it? So you can console. Why do I get a yellow thingy here? I can't do anything. This is where we came in? Yes. Anything else further down? No, just the core. Okay, but yeah, like I said, I don't really want to take over a base because I think that's boring, but it's nice to duck in here because it's not my base. So what that means is that aliens will not attack it because it's not a player faction. Oh, I didn't make it. I wanted to get up here real quick and check what's in this room. Just a tank. Okay, which we also cannot access. Okay, I think these just have unlimited power and so on. But of course, because it's not mine, I cannot place a gun or anything on here either. So I'm just gonna have to be careful. But yeah, like I said, what I'm gonna do now is get all my stuff organized. And what am I gonna use? I think I might use the boxes in here. And oh yeah, I wanted to show you this as well. I did not see an armor stand, by the way, so I'm pretty sure there's one over in the trading station. You know what? I think I'm gonna show you the trading station next time. That's where we're gonna start. We're gonna head over to the trading station next time with this boost here, and see if we can find one of these armor stands. I think that's what, or lockers, armor locker, and see if we can apply it and so on. And yeah, I'm gonna go and during the night farm a bunch of these boulders and just smelt up ingots in the survivalist constructor, which I need to put down. I hope I can. Not that I am too close to a... Yeah, I cannot put it down anywhere here. Cannot drill near enemy bases. Let's see. Okay, here I can put it. So I'm gonna put that right there. I'm gonna put all these things in here. so I can make all the base parts. Just like that. This one stays here. I mean, I have barely any inventory room. This is bananas. I just need this to spoil. Hopefully it's spoiled by next time. And I can leave this one in here for the time being. This. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to make a bunch of these things. And then, whoa, I'm going to make these things right here. I want to make a base starter, which I need my core for. We can make this real quick just so it's done. Turn this on, which is going to be the first block that we need to put down once we decide on a base location, right? And I'm going to... oh, that's something I want to do here real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I need to make... What does it take to make a... Where are you? Concrete. I need to make cement. Oh, yes, you don't need water anymore. You used to need water. But right here, I can just make a bunch of this rock dust. And then the rock dust turns into cement. And then with the cement, I can make concrete blocks. And out of the wood here, I'm going to make a bunch of planks. And the planks, I can make wooden blocks. So I'm going to make a bunch of concrete blocks and wooden blocks and so on as much as I can. And I hope you enjoyed the episode. Looking forward to the season. I am very excited. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.